bless everybody that's here, bless all our relatives, bless everybody that's sick and can't be here today. Let's have a good meeting, and thank you all for being here once again. Amen.
Thank you, Councilman Chisholm. Roll call.
Councilman Big Horse. Councilman Big Horse. Councilman Chishawala.
Present.
Councilwoman Curry.
Here.
Councilman Redcorn. Councilman Redcorn. Second Chair Red Eagle.
Here.
Councilman Rebar.
Present.
Councilman Shackelford.
Here.
Chairman Waller. Chairman Waller. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Lacey. We'll go on to the following agenda on new business. The first item A, Builders Unlimited 214 lease. Steve Wright, he was removed from the agenda. It's a waiver, and it's pretty much okay. And B, Thad Wells 214 lease. Thad's here, right? Can you come up to the podium, Thad?
Can we announce the amendments to the agenda? Can we announce the amendments to the agenda if you're going to make those amendments?
Okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me. There's been an additive to the agenda, the well plugging grant. Osage Congress and Kenny Thomas had requested it. We can put that right after. We put that in executive session, or do we put it in open session?
That is up to you guys.
I believe it probably needs to be in executive session. I'll amend it down to executive session. Go ahead, Mr. Wells. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. Vice President Lacey here. We were trying to get approved to be able to excavate select fill or shell from Paul Coon and Debbie Coon's land out here for a few projects for the nation, the health complex, the sports complex, and the judicial building. Mr. Coon right now the dirt, where the dirt is at, is unsafe. There's about an 80 to 100 foot vertical wall that's stripping down. That was left by Osage County when they built the rodeo arena. Anyway, he's wanting that excavated off and leveled off, and in getting the material we need for these 3 jobs, that would do that for him. We could make that where it's functional. Right now, he can't put animals out there because it's like I say, it's an 80 to 100 foot cliff, drop off and everything. And by us excavating that, he would be able to use his property plus, as I was saying earlier, the only thing I have to stand benefit for, and that's where I think the confusion's been, is what I have to stand for is if I have this, provide this, and do this, I lock down the 3 jobs, I'll have the 3 jobs and have work for my guys through the winter months. Right now it's a slow time for what I do, and this will help. I believe, I'm not sure on the general contractor side of it, how they've done it, but it'll be quite a bit cheaper than what, than the other material would have to be used for the projects and just help everybody, help me, provide work for me and help Paul get this property and help, builders and the projects go a little smoother.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. Everybody, have you read the report that he sent on your agenda? And I think we've dealt with this before, about taking dirt. And what he told us earlier, that he's not charging anything, they're not owing any profit,
No, sir.
or anything like that.
I believe that's where the ball got dropped there. Somebody was thinking there was money changing hand. And the Coons have been very adamant that they don't want any monetary, anything, reimbursement anything for tax. I think Paul's on Social Security. He doesn't want anything that, he doesn't need any more income, doesn't want any more income, doesn't want tax liability of it. He just wants removed from his property, once the site for use.
Mr. Wells, can you explain exactly where this is going to be built at?
The dirt pit, it is, just about half a mile north of the water plant here in Osage. I don't know, that might be exact address. I do have the legal description here.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
So, okay. Any questions from the council?
So this project does fall within the parameters to go ahead and be waived. We did waive it previously, however, we would like to get a resolution just to back it up so that he has something concrete.
I know in the past, Councilman Redcorn, you work for the nation, that you can
No problem.
comment? No comment, okay. Yeah, in the past, we waived it, and I don't think we need to have a resolution, is that correct?
We don't actually need one, but he's requesting one just so he has something that he can give other than the letter.
The last waiver didn't, I don't know, I think it was, I don't think the property description maybe quite right, was it, leave the property description off or something of that nature, I believe maybe some of these projects are government funded and they just want something more specific to make sure there's not all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and everything.
Okay, if you're requesting a resolution, I'll entertain a motion to waive the 214 lease for Mr. Thad Wells.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Tishwala, seconded by Councilman Shackford. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Councilman Tishwala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Curry?
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn?
Abstain.
Second Chair Red Eagle?
Yes.
Councilman Rebar?
Yes.
Councilman Shackelford?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Wells.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Going to new business, item C, BGI concession expansion, Rex Rigetti.
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. Can everybody hear? Go ahead, Mr. Rigetti.
All right. Well, we are, as you said, BGI Resources. We're currently operating a concession out of Osage. We do about 6,000 barrels a month. We are coming up on our second anniversary of a 5-year concession and are approximately 90% complete the commitment that we gave the tribe. We've drilled 8 out of 10 wells and about 4.2 million of the 5 million investment that we pledged. Recently, we worked with Bill Lynn to obtain seismic to the east of our operation areas and have identified several fields that we're interested in expanding to. So kind of at this time, we're just about finished our commitment on the first concession and continuing to push forward with drilling and expanding, and looking to start growing into the new area.
Is that all? Is that all, Mr. Rigetti?
What's that?
Is that all you have to say?
Yeah, so we're looking to expand the concession by 3 years, or an additional 3 years with a similar commitment as before, which is two wells per year and $1 million of additional pledged capital per year, as well as a prepayment for 5 leases to be identified later. And similarly to the first or the most recent longer-term concession, having progress milestones to guarantee the performance of BGI Resources.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rigetti. Any questions from the council? Go ahead, Mr. Redcorn.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Second Chair. Was this any of the acreage you used to have and we reduced that before?
What was the first part of the question? I'm sorry.
I said, was any of this acreage what you used to have in another concession? Because I believe we reduced it at one time.
We did reduce our concession to the west section of it. This was originally the Century concession, which then became the NUPEC concession. So a different operator had this concession for, I'd like to say, close to the last 10 years. It expired around 2019, and then they had some leases that they had taken down right before the expiration. But it was a different operator that held this concession.
Our last extension to your concession, what was the performance on that?
The last extension to the concession was November 5th, 2021. We have drilled 8 wells. We've expanded our electrical infrastructure with K. We've taken down some new leases, and we've increased our royalty barrels by about, I think, 400 or 500 per month. So our drilling was very successful on the 8 wells that we completed.
Is that all, Councilman Vickman?
Were we supposed to get the seismic on that? I don't recall at this point.
Yes, so we did in the northern part of the concession. We reinterpreted the seismic, and we had it reprocessed, and we have submitted that to I believe the BIA in Denver, and I think that they've confirmed that they have it. Kara is there, who could answer that question better.
Where's Bill at?
Did you step up to the podium? Dylan?
Yes, Shane Madsen, our geologist, I will confirm with him because he had it, but I will confirm that it is in Denver, because we probably sent it in about a year ago. So I'll get confirmation, you guys can also, if you guys would like to look, but I can let Bill or Lacey know the confirmation of that. But yes, it should be in the BIA in Denver.
The seismic?
The seismic, the reprocessed seismic, yes,
Thank you.
that we did a year and a half ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councilman.
Yeah, thank you, Second Chair. So how many additional acres are you wanting to expand the concession to?
This would be the entirety of the old NUPEC concession, which I believe is about 8,000 acres.
Is that what colored in yellow or in red on your map, on this map?
Let's pull up that map real quick.
Yeah, this map doesn't have any township and range on it, so I'm not, I'm just going by what you have on the page 10, the handout that we have.
Yeah. Okay, so the yellow area is our current concession that we've been operating since about 2010, 2011. The area in red is the previous Century NUPEC concession, which we'd like to expand on, and then the marks in blue are one of the challenges that we're doing, which is a lot of that concession already has a lot leases held by production from other operators. So it's going to be less than 8,000 acres because there is a significant amount that's already held by others.
So all the new acreage that you're requesting is outlined in red on this handout, with the exception that, well, including the sections that have the blue dots in it that are HBP by other operators?
Yes, but obviously we wouldn't be able to lease the areas that are held by other operators. But it's the area in red that we would be requesting as a concession.
Well, what's the significance of the blue dots?
they just show leases that would be unavailable. This is an internal map for us as well. So as we're looking at our expansion and we're looking at our seismic, to be aware of areas that we would not be able to operate on.
That's all I have for now. Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council? I'd like to make a comment. BGI Resources, they've been with us for quite some time. I think ever since the second mineral council, I believe. And, they've always been successful in producing, and they're probably a big part of our production for the Osage mineral state. And I think it's as you know, it takes quite a while to get a permit. It takes quite a while to get approved for a permit. It takes quite a while to get the environmental assessments done. You know, it takes a long time to do that. In other words, it takes time. And that's one of our biggest deficits on the Osage mineral estate. It's a deficit because it takes time to do all this. And I'm not an expert at the oil production or anything like that, but there's people in the room that are, and they can probably tell you a lot more than I could about it. But I'd recommend that we grant their extension, and sign. The floor is open for a motion to extension for BGI Resources.
Thank you.
So, Chair, I haven't had a chance to digest this, so I'm not prepared to vote on any, on this subject today. I'd like to get a better feel for what acreage we're talking about, what the 8,000 acres, I think is what the new acreage he said was. At our minimum bid of what, 35 an acre approximately, that'd be over $250,000. So I don't think we're talking about that. I haven't read this yet. I just sat down today and saw it for the first time, so I'm just not prepared to take any action on it, but I would be interested in digesting it and meeting with, I guess, our geologist, who's apparently been doing something behind the scenes that not been reported to us. You know, maybe we can learn a little bit from that. So I'll have more questions after I have a chance to read what was presented to us today.
Councilman Rick.
Do we need to table, motion to table?
Second.
Next, I think a motion to table.
Motion to table from Councilman Redcorn, and seconded by Councilman Chapel. Go ahead, Councilman.
I think this is something that the land mass of this size. Again, in the letter we received, they've identified several areas. This is a draft proposal. They're looking for, so we can quote their words here, they're looking for feedback from the Minerals Council. Not thinking a 5 or 10 minute frame here that we've set us in front of us here today. That's not enough time to give you the kind of quality questioning and back and forth with these gentlemen. And I think this requires a bit more time, and I appreciate Mr. Redford making the motion to table this issue. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Go ahead, Councilman Redcorn.
Call for the question.
Councilwoman Curry?
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn?
Yes.
Second Chair Red Eagle?
Yes.
Councilman Rebar?
Yes.
Councilman Shackelford?
Yes.
Councilman Tishwaller?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Brigetti. Might be a good idea for the council to study this a little bit longer, and maybe the next meeting, which is the third Wednesday of November, and maybe we can get back on and we'll see if we're a little bit more prepared.
That sounds great. Thank you very much. We are available if you have any questions in the time between, and looking forward to seeing you guys at the conference at the end of the month.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Going on with the agenda on new business, lecture work stream. been talking to Bill about, that was the last lease that the last well that they plugged. And there was a pipe out there, and Bill's got a picture of it in his office if you need to look at it. And it's still out there, but it was out there during the first part of the week. And a guy named Aaron Cheese, he went out and got the pipe, and it's in our yard at this moment. It's over in the yard. So that's what I wanted to report to the council. And, as you all know, we got some work stream in there. We have some good pipe too, and it's still there. So I'll report that to the council. And if y'all want to look at some pictures of it, it's in Bill's office. That's all on that. And, next on the agenda is the executive session. We've got some pretty delicate items that we need to discuss. And Osage Nation Congress got some representatives here, and they want to talk about some pretty things in private. And I would recommend we go into executive session and invite the Osage Nation Congress in and whomever else is involved. So, if you got a question, Mr. County Commissioner.
You said there were 3 items to be an executive?
Just one that I know of.
Okay.
How come it's not listed?
It was added at the beginning of the meeting verbally.
So, I'm open council for a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Shishwala to go into executive session, seconded by Councilman Rebar. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Councilman Redcorn,
No?
Second Chair Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar,
Yes.
Councilman Shackelford,
Yes.
Councilman Shishawala,
Yes.
Councilwoman Curry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
You'll excuse us, the audience will be, take a little bit of time. Appreciate your presence. Take about a 5-minute break.
Recording stopped.
There's no, I mean, we're just going to it's not right.
I'm not afraid of I know I am, but I don't even know how to get in there and shut it.
I've none of them, I think I'm gonna send somebody. All right. But then,
Boomer.
say it.
No, go Pokes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm with her, go Pokes.
Go Pokes. How are you? I'm all right.
Discussion.
Yeah, I think so. I just came up and answered. How are you? I'm good.
Right.
You know, just, yeah, I'm not, I try, I say this and I mean it, I know where it's especially on. You have to go see you're going in exactly. Exactly. Which one makes sense?